Tianjin is nestled in the Bohai Basin, arms like an unfolded thread-bound bookvery. Page is soaked with the saltiness of the sea breeze with the warmth of the rivulet. Is both the pyrotechnic market of the water transportation. Hubits another exotic line of poetry in the Nine Nations. Concession there is both laughter and scolding in the crosstalk. Tea house there are also wudong. Whispers in front of the Wudao building here. It is, time is crushed into twisted foldsha story and modern nidabledinding quietly in the waves of the Hai River. Hai River is the mother river of Tianjin. It winds from the Taihang Mountain road at the mouth of Sancha River, embracing the South Canal and the North Canal finally to the Bohai. See early morning fishing boat masts stand on the old pier. Fishermen haggle with thick golden guns in the evening. The lights go on Jifang Bridge. If boat broke through the water, break the reflection into a golden scale standing on the Tianjin Eye Ferris wheel, overlooking the 9 bridges across the river like strings. Every bridge hides a memory from the past. The steel skeleton of Jintang Bridge witnessed the artillery fire of the War of Liberation. Hundreds of stone lions at Lion Forest Bridge have been squatting for hundreds of years, silently guarding the passing ships and the tides in Bohai Bay, giving Tianjin another personality. In the beach in Dongjiang Bay, children build castles with sand. Fishermen's wooden boats rise and fall with the waves. It seems to be telling that there was a Empress Palace first. There are ancient legends of Tianjin with sea god who protected the fishermen in his dragon boa. Temperance is still in the incense of the Mazu Temple protect this land. The group of foreign-style buildings on Fifth Avenue. It is the most elegant scar in Tianjin. More than 230 buildings of various styles, from Gothic spires to Baroque reliefs, from Spanish courtyard to English country house. Every brick and stony are engraved with the humiliation and glory of the concessionaire. Under the arcade of celebrity, Squareeth old man is shaking his fan about King King's mansion. Story of the last prince King. In the shade of the plane trees on Magnolia Road, beamed a carved iron door. Orksu still hides unsolved secrets of the Republic of China. Sharp contrast toyed is a homestay on ancient culture street. Li Yan painted willow doll abalone drawing by youth with bright colors outline the simplicity of the people. For the year Dezirkli figure Zhang Keisu's Yukio Wendaith joys and sorrows of the characters in the market solidify into Eternity. The theater of Tianhu Palace speaking opera dying and water sleeves of Hebei clapper still flying like an echo through time and space. Morning in Tianjin. It starts with a bowl of tea soup. Princey the sorghum noodles with boiling water, sprinkle with sesame green silk brown sugar. Steer up the vortex with a long copper spoon. Take a sip. Sweetness with the simplicity of coarse grain sand. The real Lao Towel. Crawl into the corner of Nanshi Food Street. Order an Eri fried caca. Glutinous rice skin wrapped in red bean pasta, rolling golden in hot oil. Wenbi 10th fragrance of beans and oil explodes in the mouth. But the pinnacle of Tianjin cuisine, it's gubuli baozi. The skin as thin as the wings of a cicada is wrapped in 18 pleats. Pork stuffed with shrimp and crab roe. When the steamer is uncover, read in the rising heat as if I could hear it 100 years. Agath dog selling buns shouts as for the 18th Street twist. It's like a beautiful work of art. Crispy strips interspersed with rock sugar green plums click when Betingtion yuxi and burps on the tip of his tongue. The humor of Tianjin people is engraved in their bones. The burden of a comedian in a tea house wrapped around like a twist. The audience's laughter made the tea bowls jingling. The smelly mouths on the street. 3 sentences are inseparable from one-liners. Borrow money to eat seafood, not really. No shoes on the street. Barefoot is afraid of wearing small shoes. Open-minded perhaps from the Kaoyun Wraith optimism of the boatman on a life and death voyage. And laughter can dispel fear in Yang Luking's kite workshop. The craftsman is using bamboo strips to tie the skeleton of the sand swallow. This skill has been passed down for thousands of years. The agility and auspicious meaning of birds fuse into 1/6 generation of the clay figurine. Zhang still using a pair of clever hands. It gives life to the soil. Lao. She's tea house manager camel. Zhang's the thigh back of the cart. It comes alive at his fingertips. The legend of Tianjin is that the dragon is related to water inside the Empress Palace on ancient culture street. Statue of the sea god Empress is kind-hearted. Legend has it that he once sailed a dragon boat guide fishermen to avoid the Zinghuling stormwind in the Jade Emperor Pavilion. In the old urban and rural arrest the mouth of Dragon King. Laniel whiz with a mysterious smileth. Locals say if you touch the toes of the Dragon King statue on a rainy day, next day. The most peculiar legend is that of Weiglaoi, and it is said that a 1,000-year-old turtle once lived in the Haihe River. They come to the surface in times of drought. The lines on the carapace can predict the year'll thaw. No one has seen the real face, but old people I still sprinkle a handful of rice by the river, talking about Grandpa Yang. Good luck this year. Fate of Tianjin. The water transportation of the Grand Canal in the Sui and Tang Dynasty. Sanchiachudik used to be a distribution center for grain ships from the north and the south. Salt merchants built a guild hall here. Will Shaanxi's ticket number on Hui's Huizhou architecture integer with Tianjin's market culture. An dynasty Shihaijin Townming dynasty built cities and set up Garchi name of Tianjin Wei. From then on, it was engraved in the long scrolls of historian. Modern Tianjin, it is the spark of revolution on the ruins of the Dagu fortresses of Anglo-French shelling can still be seen. Liang Qichao's drinking room. Study teenager China says ink fragrance powder. When Zhou Enlai was studying at Nankai University, hair standing up to read for the rise of Shanei. Oath of night. False lights on both sides of the Haihe River came on one after another in a bar. In the exotic era, jazz and wine are intertwined. The lanterns of ancient culture. Street copper spoon for sugar. Painter outlined the zodiac. This Sita like an old man who has gone through vicissitudes of life but still keep with childlike curiosity. He keeps the number of the water transportation terminal. Bells of the concession building. Christostalk Tea House Applici also look forward to every passer-by. Write a new chapter